Welcome to the world of the Vikings. Around 800 BCE, the Vikings were people from Scandinavia, which includes modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Around 800 BCE, they were mostly farmers, fishermen, and traders. Viking communities were small and close-knit. They lived in wooden houses with thatched roofs, surrounded by fields where they grew crops like barley, oats, and rye. They also raised animals such as cows, sheep, and goats. Life in a Viking village was centered around the family and the community. Men took care of farming, hunting, and fishing, while women managed the household, cooked, and made clothes. Children helped with chores and learned skills from their parents. The Vikings had a structured society with different classes of people. At the top were the kings and chieftains, who led the tribes and made important decisions. Below them were the warriors, farmers, and craftsmen. The Vikings also had slaves, usually captured during raids or bought through trade. Religion was very important to the Vikings. They worshipped many gods and goddesses, such as Odin, the king of the gods, and Thor, the god of thunder. They believed that brave warriors who died in battle went to Valhalla, a majestic hall where they would prepare for the final battle of Ragnarok. One of the most remarkable things about the Vikings was their skill in building and sailing ships. Viking longships were fast and flexible, able to navigate both the open sea and shallow rivers. These ships allowed the Vikings to travel far and wide for trade, exploration, and sometimes raids. By 800 BCE, the Vikings had already begun to explore and trade with distant lands. They traveled as far as the British Isles, the Baltic Sea, and even into the rivers of Russia. The Vikings are often remembered for their raids and fierce warriors. Viking raids started around the late 8th century, with the attack on the Lindisfarne monastery in 793 CE. They used their longships to launch surprise attacks on coastal towns and monasteries, taking treasures and capturing slaves. Vikings were skilled fighters, using weapons like swords. Even though the Viking Age ended over 8,000 years ago, their influence is still felt today. The Vikings left behind a rich legacy. They established trade routes, founded settlements, and influenced the cultures they encountered. Many place names in Europe, especially in England, are of Viking origin. We remember the Vikings through stories, festivals, and archaeological discoveries. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the Viking past. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from history. Until next time, farewell.